One of the most disappointing realizations I've had being alive for a very short time on this planet is realizing how much luck actually matters. And people don't like hearing that. We like to believe that hard work guarantees something, that if you grind long enough, if you suffer enough, life eventually owes you an outcome. But that's not how this works. Luck plays a massive role in almost everything, and once you really see that, it's impossible to unsee. Hard work by itself doesn't mean much. Consistency matters more, not because it guarantees success, but because it keeps you in the game long enough for luck to even have a chance to show up. You can work incredibly hard at something for years and still go nowhere. You can do everything right and still get overlooked. And what makes that even worse is how random and shallow the system actually is. People judge you by how you look, how you talk, how you dress, how you move, not by your effort, not by your intent, not by how much you care. And that is frustrating. It's unfair, and honestly, it makes the world feel kind of stupid. When you really sit with that, it can start to feel pointless. Like, what's the point of trying if so much of this comes down to chance? Why not just let go? Why not just, stop caring altogether? But that thought is dangerous because here's the truth. You don't get lucky if you don't move. Luck doesn't find people standing still. If you want a chance at something changing, you have to stay active. You have to stay in motion. It's like walking into a casino and just standing there. You're not gonna win anything if you don't play. Nothing is guaranteed, but doing nothing guarantees nothing. Oh my goodness. With all that being said, this conversation needs to happen way more often. Honestly, even with people way younger than me, people need to understand how big of a factor luck really is, because it's truly and honestly ridiculous. You can get an upper hand on someone not because you're more qualified, not because you worked harder, but because somebody simply liked you more. That's it. That's it. I mean, like a job, a position, an opportunity. Someone dislikes you, someone else likes you, and just like that, your entire path changes. Isn't that kind of stupid? I'm sorry for jumping in here. Partially, you know how I do with my videos. I be jumping around, and it's half scripted, half not, because I had to really focus my thoughts for this one. All right, because this does make me. It irritates me. Anyways, that's how fragile this all is. And when you really think about it, it makes no sense. I sit with this all the time thinking everything is unfair, or everything is so unfair. And I can't even comfort myself with it's unfair so it's fair. No, it's so unfair that it breaks logic. It doesn't even make sense when you say it out loud. And then people ask questions like, how much more do I have to struggle? And the honest answer is, there is no amount. There's no level of suffering that suddenly qualifies you for luck. There's no secret threshold where the universe says, all right, here you go, you earned it. Here's your little reward for burning yourself out for years on end. Here it is. There's nothing. There's none of that, okay? It doesn't matter how talented you are. Look around. There are insanely talented people, artists, musicians, creators, absolute monsters at what they do, and they never get noticed, ever. They might build a small audience, they might get some recognition, but never anything close to the people we call successful. Not because they're better, not because they deserve it more. They just got lucky. And that's the part nobody wants to say out loud. This isn't motivational. This isn't inspiring. This is just thoughts. This is what this whole message is. It's just thoughts. That's all this is. Anyways, you can grind, you can care, you can give it everything you've got. But if you're not moving, you'll never even be available for luck. And that's the sad part. You have to keep walking just for a chance, not a guarantee, not a reward, just a chance. And that gets exhausting, all right? I know some of y'all that are watching this video, I know you're probably exhausted as well. If you understand this concept, all right? When it comes to luck. I'm tired. I am tired. That's the end of this video, man. There's nothing else to say here. The only thing to remember is that consistency over hard work. You don't even gotta do whatever it is you do at 100% every single day. You just gotta show up for a chance at maybe getting lucky. Maybe. Anyways, yeah. I guess the world is really like just one big algorithm, huh? Not just the internet. My name is Mr. Anonymous. I will see you on the next video. Sorry it's been a minute for the long forms, but yeah, I'll finish this 100-day series up as quick as possible. Until next time, goodbye.